Hi, I'm Andrew Nickel with City Theatrical, and I'll be training you today in our SHoW DMX system. This is one of a series of videos on SHoW DMX. If you go to our website at www.citytheatrical.com, you can download manuals, cut sheets, white papers, product reviews, and our lab report, as well as view the other videos in this series to get deeper into the product. In this training video, we'll take a look at the SHoW DMX receiver. The part number 5610 receiver has light blue side panels. On the back of the receiver, you'll see the connector for the antenna and the socket for the 12-volt DC power. On the other side of the DMX out port, you'll note that there's a socket for an IEC cord, which is included. The receiver has a 100 to 240 volt AC self-sensing switching power supply on board, so you can plug it in anywhere or run it from a moving light power supply. It also has a DC power input jack for 12-volt DC power from either an external power supply or a CTI battery twofer. The battery twofer allows battery power for the receiver. The receiver comes with a standard omnidirectional antenna. The part number 5611 CE receiver for use in Europe is also available. Each of the SHoW DMX devices ships with a mounting plate and 4 screws. After removing the 4 existing screws from the bottom of the device, you can use the longer screws to attach the mounting plate. The plate has countersunk holes and an angled portion that enables you to attach a pipe clamp for hanging. Now let's look at the receiver's menu structure. When you power up, the menu will read SHoW DMX RX and the set show ID alternating every few seconds with signal strength in dBm and in-range out-of-range no data. Let's supply our SHoW DMX transmitter with DMX and see what happens to the receiver. Now that we have DMX, we see that the data reading will switch from no data to with data. Now that we have data and the transmitter and receiver are communicating, we want to check the signal strength. Optimum signal strength is around minus 40 dBm. As that number gets lower, such as minus 50 or minus 60, signal strength gets progressively lower. Signal strength as low as minus 70 is still excellent, and below that as low as minus 90 is still usable. But if the signal strength isn't as high as you need it to be, there are a number of ways to improve it. First is placement of equipment. Keep the antennas in line of sight with each other and as high as possible over the heads of audience members and above scenery. Second, you can adjust output power higher on the transmitter, a step at a time, up to and including the maximum output power. Sometimes adjusting output power lower helps to reduce reflected signals and improve signal strength. And third, you can use specialized antennas that focus the radio energy in one direction rather than in all directions. Please consult the SHoW DMX User's Manual for more information. Let's take a look at the menu now. Push Enter and we see our SHoW ID menu. The SHoW ID of the receiver must match the SHoW ID of the transmitter for them to communicate. Check that carefully. Push down and we're in the RDM settings menu. Push down, we're in the miscellaneous settings menu where you change your backlight, check your firmware version, and other housekeeping items. That's a quick overview of the SHoW DMX receiver's menu structure. The menu is also listed on top for your reference, or you can consult the manual on our website for additional information. Now that you've seen the SHoW DMX receiver, watch our SHoW DMX transmitter and dimmer training videos to see how the transmitter, receiver, and dimmer work together. And see our website and watch the other training videos in our SHoW DMX training series to learn more about our technology. Thank you.